Hi, everybody. It's me and Uncle Doug today. I do have you unmuted if you want to say hi.
Everybody, I was going to do a Godzilla movie.
Oh, gee. Hi,
Ah.
everybody. It's me and Uncle Doug today. You might have to turn off your volume while we have you unmuted.
Everybody, I was going to do a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, it's going to be echoey. It's like I can hear your little computer noises too. All right. Well, we have a lot to get to today, but we did want to say hi to Uncle Doug. And I think we're going to dig right into it. But I should get Uncle Doug's reaction. So I was almost severely injured last night, which would have prevented me from working for like 3 months.
What?
I was very close to completely tearing my ACL.
Oh, skiing.
I wasn't even snowboarding or skiing or anything.
We need to rule it out. No more of that.
Yeah. So, and that wouldn't have been good because I would have been out of work. I wouldn't have been able to drive or anything. So,
I would have come over
stay
and got
healthy.
you every day. I would have been picking you up.
I know. I was like, maybe, I was telling Ian last night, I was like, maybe I'm going to have Corian come bring me all my live demo stuff in the morning prior to like doing it, because it was so bad that Ian had to like nearly carry me to and from the bathroom last night because I really couldn't move my leg at all. It was really bad. Anyway, I'm here. I feel a little bit better. You didn't tell me
that this morning.
It's still pretty tender. I've been kind of like hobbling a little bit, trying not to make it noticeable, but hopefully.
You should have said something. Nancy could have gone out and gotten you a little care package or something.
Oh, yeah.
Icy hot.
Anywho, I just wanted to show you guys Uncle Doug's reaction to my potential injury. Ah! All right. Anyway, we're gonna get into it. So we'll chat with you. Come around trivia time.
Don't forget to show the giveaway at the beginning this time.
Okay, I guess we'll show that first, but we need to. Here, how about I take you off and then I'll show the giveaway.
I'm fine.
So it's full screen. Okay. All right. Bye, Uncle Doug. Hello. I wasn't even skiing or snowboarding, you guys. I was literally kneeling on my bed and went to get up and I twisted my knee. It went from underneath me out to the side and all the way back around, and my knee was stuck like, pretend this was my knee. My leg was stuck like this all last night. Like, it was so bad. Anyway, enough with the injury things. Let's show you guys what the big loot giveaway looks like. You guys know the drill. Doug picked out another really great one. Seems maybe these are getting a little bigger and bigger every time. Look at how crazy. And all the stuff in there. The copper blank connectors, the bezel, the natural brass hearts, there's pewter, art metal, natural brass, solid brass, patina items. So many different things. There's some ear wires, some filigree, you name it. Plated or natural. Ooh, look at that little wrapped key. I think I did that a long time ago, actually. That's kind of cute. I forgot about that. Love it. Alright, so you guys know the drill right off the bat. Love react to the live demo for a chance to win a big loot giveaway. Must have an open order with us on vintageliveshop.com to claim. I appreciate all your guys's stay healthy comments. I do. I was so scared last night. It was not great. Well, look at all these super fun fairy tale themed things, like fairy tale treasure things that I have put together for you guys. I'm very excited. I think we're going to start off with our butterfly one because that one is probably, I don't want to say like the hardest, but I think this is one that we should probably get out of the way. Because it is gonna take a little bit longer, but I am very excited for this butterfly necklace, you guys. It is so cute the way that the filigree frames it. So I'm gonna pull all those out of the way. Thank you guys, you're so sweet. I should say hi to everybody. So while you're looking at this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous necklace, let's say hi. So we have Sherry, Kathy, Peggy, Monica, Connie, Jean, Candy, Rosie, Carmen, Lisa, Liz, Cheryl. Looks like that's everybody I have on my comments so far. So hello everybody from Facebook. And let's see if I have any YouTube comments here. They don't show up on my screen, but looks like Uncle Doug's over on YouTube. So he'll be able to say hi to everybody that comes in on that side. The mermaid bracelet was also one of Jean's favorites. She goes, "You need to save me pieces so I can make a kit of my own with it." So I was like, okay, I'll have to do that. All right. So we have, there we go. That's a nice close-up look at it for you. Let me grab some of these pieces that we're going to need. Ooh, I started keeping my stock behind me in my bins, so it's a little bit easier for me to clean up afterward. But I am going to need to grab a couple washers. So this is what the butterfly looks like before we paint it. There was a lot of requests for this butterfly. And I know there's not a huge stock of them. I think we have 8 packs left. Our Carter number for this butterfly, you're going to get like 3 pieces, I believe. Let's get into my warehouse sale tab here. Butterfly pack, 3 pieces for $18, cart 100. So definitely grab that butterfly. Grab some of our other pieces here. So you're going to need a JR116, which I'll pull up here on the Carter app here in a moment, and then an F0001, which is our large filigree, which I'll also pull up on Carter in a moment. And then we're also going to need my floral. I might have to grab that one, my floral washer. I don't think I grabbed that bin. Hold on. It's our HW0062 washer, which I also have the Carter app for it. So let's pop this up. When you just tell that butterfly and all that chain was hanging down, that was so... I think Lisa pressed enter before she finished. Hi, Janet. All right. So to complete this, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit more here. This is our butterfly pack. This is the butterfly that's going to come in it. Look at that etch pattern. Very, very, very detailed. I love the way that the sun reflects on it. So this is a beautiful piece as is, but I did decide to paint it. I know Wendy's done a couple of these butterflies painted as well. Oh, thanks, Lisa. She goes, that was so beautiful. Love, love, love. So that's the back, and we'll go back to the front. So cute. And then we also need our F0001 pack. 3 pieces for $22, cart 101. This one is not available on our websites, I believe. I believe it is a live shop exclusive, because once it's gone, it might not be coming back because of how expensive it is. And I know we also were limited on these packs, so there's only 9 packs left of this filigree. Natural brass, bringing up for a close look. Also a whole bunch of texture. So cute. Back. Very pretty. So you'll need one of those, one of the butterflies. This is the JR116 jump ring. This one I have a little bit more stock of, so we shouldn't necessarily run out of this one, but you're going to get 24 pieces for $20. It is a 20 millimeter smooth jump ring, 11 gauge. Very natural brass too. Very pretty. So you're going to need that JR116. That is cart 102. And then lastly, I hope I have this one in Carter. Maybe I don't have this one in Carter. It doesn't look like I have my flower washer here in Carter. But if you type in H0062 or HW0062, it will pop up on the live shop. And it should be there with the rest of them. So you get 75 pieces for $20. For the washer pack, I'm going to put that link here in the comments for you if you want to be directed to the washer pack. I'm not sure why that's not popping up in Carter, but that's okay. But you will need, I believe, 2 of these. Oop, there we go. Our like pinwheel, flowery. Oop, where'd that go? Washer. So you will need those. All right. So if you guys need to see cart numbers throughout, don't be afraid to ask because I can always go back to that cart number. The colors used for this butterfly: iridescent gold, topaz, and the verdigris blue. If that'll focus here. There we go. So verdigris blue, topaz, and iridescent gold is the color combo for this butterfly. Thank you, Vintage. They just put the link in there so you can go direct from the link instead of having to copy it over. Let's get into some painting. Grab my thing here. All right. So to start, I did this with a nozzle, and I'm also going to get my heat gun prepped because I need to use my heat gun relatively quickly to achieve this look. So let's get this. I know, iridescent gold is so beautiful. That's also what I used on the Green Girl mermaid bracelet, which really helped tone down the copper verdigris, but it still kept the undertones to match the copper stars or flowers on the outside. But we'll get back to that in a little bit. So we're going to start off with iridescent gold, but obviously got to shake it up. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And we're going direct from the nozzle today. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to edge it with this iridescent gold. But you want to lay it on a little thick. I mean, not too much, but definitely enough so it doesn't start drying by the time you make it back around. Finish this outline. Beautiful. And then I'll end up dragging some of that up on top in the middle there. Then we're going to come in with our verdigris blue. Hi, Patty. It's good to see you. Better late than never. It's always what I say. We're going to do a strip of blue, strip of blue, strip of blue, strip of blue. And then you're going to come in with your topaz last. You're going to kind of not fill in, but fill in the spots that don't have paint yet. So I'm just going to drop some there, down here, probably some over here, up there. Kind of getting it to match the tones throughout, and drag just a little bit up there. Then I'm going to take a silicone brush and I'm just going to pull the paint over top of the spots that don't have the paint yet. So I'm not like dragging it very far. I'm just pulling it up and into those spots that don't have paint. You'll notice a little color mix, but that's okay. Pretty. Now I'm going to come through. Looks like I'm pulling a little green, but this looks good. Alright, let's pop some of these bubbles here. Beautiful. And drag some of this out to the corner there. There we go. And then we're going to take heat gun to it. But I'm holding my heat gun up pretty high away from the paint because I don't want it to mix it, but I do want it to start drying it. So I'm going around all sides. I know it's a little hard to see. Maybe I'll like come up here a little bit more. All sides of it. And then at this point, I'm going to kind of angle it up, diagonal this way across, and then diagonal the other way across. So I want a little bit of texture, but I don't want to overheat it. So we're just coming in little bits, like little bits as we're drying it. Remember, if your paint's a little bit thicker, it's going to take a little bit longer for it to dry. I'm really liking that. I might just keep, I don't know. I'm probably going to just add a little bit of this iridescent gold here to the center. Not too much, just to take that dark out, because I didn't end up pulling any from the center. So I'm just going to add just a little bit so it mutes that super, super dark middle. Get that dried. Amazing. All right. I know it's not completely dry yet, but I want to move pretty quickly, so I'm going to punch a hole right through the face of this butterfly. Our butterfly is going to have a big hole in its head. Come in from the top. Make sure you have this positioned really well, because that is a little bit of a tight spot to hole punch, but it works with our normal hole punch. That's looking pretty good. Bring it down, use my weight as leverage. Yeah, that was perfect. All right. It's stuck. There it goes. All right, so now we have the hole in our face. Probably be easier to see it like that. There we go. Hole in our face. And then I took, because I don't have like paint markers and it's really hard for me to get little dots like that, I used a brown Sharpie last time, but I'm just gonna add little dots down the center to keep the same look with the Sharpie. No, I haven't really even had time to look, Peggy, unfortunately. Yep, we're killing, unfortunately, this, I mean, just act like it's a big nose piercing for the butterfly. Just a big hole through its head. Then we need to add a top coat of resin. This is going to ensure that though our paint is self-sealing, it's going to keep a nice glossy finish over top of it and kind of protect it. Just plugged in my UV light. I don't want to turn it on quite yet because I don't want it to start curing by the time I have it coated. So I'm going to come in. Also, a tip for you guys. If your resin bottle falls over on its side, immediately pick it up and put it right side up, because my resin was on its side and I didn't notice. I think when I moved my cart where all my tools are on, it fell over and it leaked all over my cart because it was sitting sideways and not right up. So if you ever notice that your resin is sideways, definitely get it right side up really quick. Otherwise, you're going to have a mess to clean up like I did. Alright, we're going to drag this resin around and make sure that we have everything coated. Both wings, the center, everything. I might need to put a little sun blocker in here because I think we're starting to cure a little bit from the sun that's coming in from the window. Just gonna add a little bit more resin here to help with that. Oh no, I picked up some of my paint. Alright, gliding across those edges. Beautiful. Do that on the opposite side. I think I might need to add a little bit more resin in the center there to be able to come up and over the abdomen part of the butterfly, but we'll see. Alright, all the way to the edge on that side. I always look at it, so if you can see here, I'm looking at it like this at an angle because using the sun as my guide as to where there is resin or light, whether it's sun or light that you're using, it helps kind of show you where you don't have resin quite yet. So when I'm doing resin work, my head is probably always kinked like this, but it ensures that I don't miss a spot. And you can really tell where your low spots in your resin are when you do look at it from this way. Alright, I think that's fairly good. So after applying the resin, I'm going to turn on my UV light. I am going to drag a little bit of this up. A little bit more before it really starts curing. I did forget those top 2 dots on the abdomen. The face isn't really that important because you do have your hole punch there. There we go. That's better. Use your little scooper spatula that Uncle Doug taught us how to make. I'm telling you guys, I use this thing all the time. And I'll slide it into my UV light. And as that's curing, let's prep our filigree. Okay, there we go. So to prep our filigree, you're going to need your side cutters or your flush cutters. And this is where I started. So up here, underneath these swirls, is where you're going to snip on all four corners. Then you're going to come out with a really beautiful centerpiece, which is what I used or ended up using to wrap this. It was like an acts as if it's a bead cap, but we'll get back to that a little bit later. So we're going to come in and cut all of those right up to the swirl. Right up. I want to be nice and close, and make sure you have your vintage file on hand, because you will want to file this, as it does after you cut. It kind of has some sharp sides and sharp points, and we don't like those. There we go. Beautiful. So this is our outline for a frame. This is the centerpiece that comes out of it. Also, another really beautiful way about going about this is taking the metal off up until these points. There we go. And having a really beautiful filigree flower. So you don't have to keep the points. You don't have to keep this piece here. But even if you broke it all the way down to this floral look, can you imagine that as a bracelet centerpiece or a necklace centerpiece? Just like that flower. Oh, so pretty. We'll put that off to the side for now. Let's come in and file our sharp points. I always rub my finger along it to see where my sharp points happen to be, or where they are. We don't want those. That seems pretty good. Have some sharp right here. What is next week already Christmas? I'm trying to think. I can't remember if it's this coming week or the following. But what are your Christmas plans? My mom and dad are coming back up here from Virginia, so I'm excited to spend some time with not only my family, but Ian's family too. And Ian just had a white elephant party gift thing for his work too. It was so funny. He goes, I got hosed. He goes, I gave such a good gift. Like, it was well thought out, something they can use forever. And he goes, I got hosed. And it's so funny because he ended up getting his best friend's gift, and he's calling his best friend's gift like crap at that point. Because, okay, now for a little bit of context, this gift had like some work stickers that Ian had already gotten, a small long sleeve shirt which won't fit Ian. Nobody at their work wears a small, so we're like, what the heck, Tom? A toothbrush? Tom? Really, a toothbrush? Ian got like this screwdriver set and these like nice gloves and just some like really cool stuff. And in return, he got a stinking toothbrush, you guys. It'd be funny if it was like one of those gag gift things, but whatever. Alright, I have all my sharp sides taken off. Your cousin and his wife were making the trip. Now, she's not... Aww. She feels better. What? I don't want to be the spoiler. Oh, to announce when we'll be getting that. Well, we have a couple announcements that we need to make here in the very near future. I did find a sharp spot though, so I'm gonna just file that here quick. That's better. Alright, so we're on that filigree pack right now. I'm gonna pop that up on Carter. Let's see where we're at with our resin. I think it could go just a little bit longer. It's not very tacky, but I always like to put it in a little bit longer just to be safe. So anyway, this is what the backside looks like if you guys want to take a screenshot. And then I will show you guys how this works. So there's your screenshot portion or point where you can take. I know that seeing items, finished items from the front and the back is extremely important, especially when you're trying to replicate. And of course, the minute where I'm like, take a screenshot, the video gets a little fuzzy. Okay, so that's the front. Front screenshot, 1, 2, 3. And this is the back screenshot. Back screenshot, 1, 2, 3. That should be plenty enough time to give you guys screenshot time. Yes, there will be some trivia. We'll do our first trivia after this necklace demo. Alright. That seems good. Look at how beautiful that turned out. I love that it did pull a little bit green. I didn't really, the blue verdigris and the topaz didn't necessarily mix very well in this one. I mean, it looks beautiful, but I love the fact that it had pulled some green tones this time. Love it. Yeah, Sherry, a stinking toothbrush. Like, what are you trying to say, Tom? Are you trying to say that Ian's breath stinks? Or somebody's breath at work stinks? Alright. Let's get this puppy folded in half. So I'm going to hold it here because this is right where it's going to split. It's going to split right at this point. So I'm going to go right underneath of it with my pliers so then I can start my bend right in the center. Sorry, I hate it when it doesn't focus like it's supposed to. And I'm going to do that on the opposite side. And bend. And then you're going to come and you're going to meet in the center like this. So now you're folded in half. You see how the sides match? Because we folded right in between like that. Remind me later about bad breath. Uh-oh. I don't even want to know. All right. That's such a gorgeous piece. Could you imagine just like, you guys, I'm just getting so many ideas going through my mind right now. Let's do, I have a couple just random things sitting over here on my cart. And could you imagine doing like a necklace like that and then hanging something down there? Just this. It does, you know, it doesn't have to be a frame, but look at that. Shut the front door right now, you guys. That is so pretty. I'm just gonna have to, that's gonna be another design. All right, Corian, I'm gonna screenshot this for myself and make this later because what the heck, I just grabbed 3 random beads and a fern off my cart here, and that's insane. Literally insane. All right. So on to finishing our butterfly necklace because Corian just can't help but get just more and more ideas. You know what? I just have to see. Or a bracelet? Shut up. You guys. This filigree is so versatile. Get it now. Absolutely. That's just wild. So many different ways it can be used. All right. And that's just laying pieces out. How crazy. You guys are seeing how my design process works. It's like, I see it, I like it, add a few random things, love it. Very perfect. All right. Now to get into this portion, we need to slide our butterfly up but down. Hold on. Let me think about this for a minute. It's gonna come front and then in. So front and then in. I'm gonna have to open this up a little bit. I can't just totally fold that yet because I gotta be able to fit this in. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was up a little bit. So one, that would be cute. This is how I first had it. I was like, no, we gotta do it. We gotta do it the other way. So let's fold this up so I can get my butterfly in here. Which it's actually a little crazy trying to get this in here, but hey, we make it work. Always make it work. And I'm not using any tools for this portion. I'm just using my fingers to move my butterfly where I need it to be. I think I'm caught, so I just need to come over just a little bit more before I fold her in. There we go. Beautiful. Thanks, Sherry. You're so sweet. Process, wreck knee, feel better, design. Yeah, basically. So that's the start. And then we'll flip this back over so you guys can see the back process. So we need an RV040. RV040, which is our solid brass, my most used rivet, because I find that it is the easiest. There you go. Grab one of those. And then I have my 2 washers off to the side here. I'm going to bring my bench block up because we will use that in a moment, along with my hammer, because Peggy's going to get a little hammer time today. All right. So for these washers, the center hole sometimes comes a little bit smaller or a little bit larger. So we're just going to take our hole punch and punch the existing hole just a little bit larger. It helps not having to, what's the word I'm looking for? Use the bead awl, to stretch the hole. If you can just use the hole punch through the existing hole. I might have to extend it just a little bit, so I'm just going to do that right now so we don't say that we don't have to and then end up having to. So with smaller pieces like this, I like to cup with my chain nose pliers and work it down a little bit. Same on this side. Work it down a little bit. Always good to have hammering days. Peggy is right. All right, now our washer is used for this hole. This hole is way too big for just our normal rivet, hence the washers too. Thanks, Sherry, I think the back, I mean, if you painted, it could be a dual necklace where you could flip it one way or the other way. So paint both sides. Paint both sides. Might as well, right? All right. So first matter of business is getting this dang rivet with my washer there. And then we're going to slide it into our butterfly and then lay our 2 filigree down on top. And I'll give you a close-up view here. Come down really low. There we go. So the back of my washer's on the back of my butterfly. My rivet is going through the 2 sides of the filigree. And then we're going to take this other washer, which if you have a difficult time with riveting, you could always hammer some of the filigree down prior to getting this to work. All right, now that you got your close-up view, I'm going to bring you guys back up here because I do need to hammer, and usually I end up hammering my phone on accident. Gotta keep that washer on that rivet. There we go. All right, now I'm holding down either side of the filigree because that's what's pushing my washer and my rivet down enough for me to be able, because this is just barely works. There's just enough of the top of the rivet there where you can squish it down. So definitely work at it a little bit slow. Bouncing around a little bit. Push it up just a little bit more here. All right. Now, I recommend, so do you remember those 4x4 squares that Uncle Doug showed us how to make the spatulas out of? If you take that and slide that underneath your rivet piece here to finish out riveting it, I think that's your best bet, because the butterfly here, I'll show you why it makes it a little difficult, but difficult doesn't mean that it can't be done. There is, you can see this divot here on the back side where the abdomen is. So that potentially could prevent your rivet from going down completely. So that's why I recommend grabbing another sheet of metal. The 4x4 is thin enough, and it's, you know, something that you don't have to worry about ruining or wrecking. But using that as your backing to help you get your rivet smashed down pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Beautiful. And then your top is secured here, and then it's folded over so this can't slide out. So it's nice and secure. I'm gonna I would hammer this just a little bit more, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna go on the opposite side here. That's looking pretty good. Could probably go a little bit more. It's it's a process, let me tell you. I might use my little hammer here too to get right in the center. Beautiful. Then take your chain nose pliers and squish in your filigree. Just be careful you don't crack your resin work. Beautiful. And if you're worried about cracking this while you're riveting, you can do the resin after you rivet. Or what I did is I took a sunshine cloth or just a cloth. I laid that down and then used that to brace so it would be hammered into something soft and not something hard. Beautiful. All right. Then that's where your JR116 comes in. Thought this was the fitting size for something of this size. Thanks, Sherry. And then I used a JRV55. You can use a JR55 to connect. It's literally like the perfect length with the JR55 because it comes from the center and then your JR116 just barely misses the top of the butterfly, so it's got that clearance, but it's super, super close together. I love it. And then I added 3 strands on each side of coin chain to give it that treasure look, and you guys know I love this chain layered. Absolutely adore it. Could you imagine just a bracelet with just all that? Woohoo, baby! Love it. And I do have coin chain available as well. I'll pop that up on Carter here. So all of the chain, a majority of it. A majority of the chain, you are able to buy packs or spools now. So if you guys want to check out the chain spool tab on vintagelifeshop.com, you can get anywhere between like 5 to 8 foot packs, and then anywhere between I think like 15 and 22 foot spools, something like that. So if you didn't want to just bust out $50 for a spool and you just wanted to try the chain out, go ahead and grab one of those packs, and if you love it, then at that point I would probably buy the spool. If you know that you're going to use it for a lot of designs, which this CH124 coin chain has been just gorgeous. It's been so versatile too. I've used it a lot of different ways already, and then I did use it in a new way today. Otherwise, I think that's all we need to demo for the butterfly bracelet. Don't forget, if you spend a minimum of $100, one of these pieces could be yours that we have demoed today. Otherwise, I throw in some really cute pendants here and there, or like a one-off stone that I have. Just like little things like that where it's finished, or it can be added as a charm, carded things. You guys, I hope you've been loving your gifts, because I have been putting a lot of thought into them. Trying to, at least. But we always love good gift givers, especially during the holiday season. All right, Uncle Doug. Uncle Doug. You got to shake your head if you're ready. I think we're going to do a trivia here. Or do you have a trivia ready? Okay, hold on. I'm unmuting Uncle Doug. Okay.
Always got some trivia on standby here.
Okay, let me get up our trivia here. We'll do a carded pack for our first one. So you have this natural brass pendant.
Ooh, yeah, it's a beauty.
That one's
I'm glad
so
I made that
cool.
selection. Can you imagine that with the reliefing block?
And with paint?
Yeah, there's so much detail on that. Just a light reliefing would be so amazing.
Oh my gosh, look at her.
Look at it.
She's beautiful.
But you can't see it if you go back out. Now, you can't see it when you're back out from it.
Right.
That's an awesome piece.
I'm close up again. I think you're just
Yeah,
lagged a little
you can
bit.
see it really well there.
So we got
Very
one of those.
cool.
One of our keys in natural brass. Thank you, Monica. Connie wants the butterfly. Only if you spend a minimum of $100, babe.
No,
And
Nancy
then our
Gibbs did
blank
already.
set.
And Peggy's over on YouTube rallying for Nancy to take that heart.
What heart?
I'm sorry, the butterfly.
Oh, does Aunt Nancy want one too?
Oh my gosh.
I'll make her one. There you go.
All right, so are we ready for a question?
I think so.
Okay, I gotta make sure the answer might come fast on this, but maybe not. This was another trivia question, which Kieran had the answer to immediately.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know this one and only one.
This is not. I'm doing this out of order because you made a comment earlier about bad breath.
Oh.
And so I thought this was relevant. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's this random trivia question. Are we ready?
Ready.
What animal breathes through its butt? That's what I said, talking about bad breath.
Oh my goodness.
There's a few, believe it or not, a few acceptable answers.
Thanks, Jessica.
So
Thanks,
let's see who
Carmen.
can come up with this one fastest.
What animal breathes through its booty?
Yeah. It's not easy. It's just kind of random trivia. Oh, Peggy over on YouTube says, I'm going to say it, Doug.
What'd she say?
Peggy's trolling me over here on YouTube. Oh, Carmen. Carmen came in with a good answer. Very well done, Carmen.
It is not a turtle. You're lying.
Rodriguez.
A turtle breathes through its butt?
Well, maybe not all of them, but there are turtles do it.
What? Don't they have little nostrils? Turtle breathes through its butt?
Maybe not all of them, but so that was a good one. I guess I gotta show a doodle. I gotta write down. And now I will admit I did some advanced work on doodles today.
Uncle Doug's doodles are phenom. They are phenomenal. Set that off to the side for when he comes over here. Let's see.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. The gingerbread man!
I'm adding some color today. I have more time on my hands.
Have you heard of the gingerbread man?
So congratulations, Carmen. Hope you enjoy the treats. Do something cool with that woman folk. And
so Lisa, a turtle is a reptile, but it is an animal.
Animal. It's still an animal. Reptiles classification within that.
Yeah.
A sea cucumber.
Oh,
look at these great
funny.
answers. Jessica's loving our commentary here.
Yeah, she's like, the commentary is hilarious. I love it. Patty goes, wait!
Platypus, turtles. We got lots of great answers in for that one.
Amazing.
So we're gonna have a lot of fun trivia today, I think.
All right. We'll see you
when
you get over here, Uncle Doug.
I'll be right over.
Okay. All right, you guys. How cute was that? Gingerbread man. Adorable. Since we still have this cutout part, I think our next demo today is going to be our crystal ball.
So Peggy suggested that I palm a butterfly when I'm over here doing the trivia
stuff. To grab it for Aunt Nancy. That's funny.
You gotta do the reveal and all
I
that.
can always make another one though.
Oh, we're good.
With the color tones that she likes.
We good.
I might need.
What do you need?
Do you mind going? So there's that box there at the bottom of my shelf that's hanging out. I just need one of the crystal balls that's in it. That little thing that's.
The little flinky stuff?
Yeah, that thing. That's like bended. Because their crystals are so heavy.
Is this one of the big ones?
Yeah, it's the big, fat, chunky one. I like big, fat, chunky things. Like my crystals.
You know what's funny?
What?
There was one in the bin, but it might have had a broken
a
thing.
broken
I didn't
top.
check. I was going to put that as part of the mega.
Oh, sure.
But I didn't.
Thank you. All right. So, for this one, you guys, Carmen said her grandson loves gingerbread. Love it. He's back over there now. All right. So, crystal pack, 3 pieces for $18, cart 104. That is an absolute steal for the Turkish hand-cut crystals. Look at the facets in that thing. Wow. Wow. You just can't get enough. These are beautiful for even chandelier work. Not just jewelry alone, but lots of different things. You can use it as a sun catcher. I love it. All right. So to get into business here, I thought it would be cool to keep the points, but the points weren't really working for me once I got everything situated. So we're going to take those off. So we're going to come right up to these 2 little balls here. Here we go. We're going to cut both sides of our little triangle tip. There we go. Next one. Beautiful. And then we'll have one more to do. Chop that. We're going to chop that. Perfect. Flip it around. Since the center is dapped. Okay, Lisa. Have fun at your massage, though. That sounds so great right now, especially after my knee last night. All right, so we flip it to the back because this little hole thing, this little raised middle part, you want to punch from back to front so it doesn't ruin the dap, which it reaches just perfectly to line your hole punch up with that little knob. So now we have our little hole punch through the center of our filigree. You're going to want an HP 0001 or an HP 2 or an HP 3. I suggest maybe doing an HP 2 or HP 3 because they're a little bit thicker. HP 3 is a 3-inch, HP 2 is a 2-inch, HP 1 is a 1-inch. I think I only have 0001 on me right now, though. I might have like 1 HP left. Let me grab that while we're here. Actually, it's right here. Amazing. There was one right on my cart waiting for me. All right. Let's move our cut pieces up and out of the way. I'm going to string this through, and it's going to stop at the hole there. So we're going to prep our crystal quick. Pull, as you're pulling this way, you're going to be folding up to the center point. You want to pull so you don't push it back out and then bend up. That makes sense? So pull and then bring it up. You want to go right over the top like this. See how that's nice and close, and it's coming from this end through the other end, up and over the top there. Then I find that it's easy to grab your chain nose at that point to like halfway up your thing. You want your kink to go back up because you're going to slide your filigree down on top that way. You're going to need a dapping block for this. The dapping block that we sell, unfortunately, does need to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to start it out with our wood one, and then I'm going to move to my metal one. Where did my little... There it is. My little wood stick thing here. So we're going to start off with our wood, and then we'll go to our metal one. So I'm just hitting the top of it. At a corner here. You'll notice some of these edges are rising. So as I'm going through, I'm not totally hammering everything down from the center right away. I'm going to make it easy on the metal and not overstress it, and go over my middle points too that started to curl up. This is going to ensure that you have a smooth round going. And like if this were to happen, I just fold it back out straight. So it's easier to bring that curve back in when you reinsert it into your dapping block. There we go. So that's a nice rounded filigree. You guys will see how it fits so far on top. So it's a bit loose because our dap wasn't small enough. So I'm going to move over to my metal block. I'm going to set that in there. I'll grab one of my larger balls here. Get that down in there a little bit better. I'm not totally going down to the base of this dap, but I'm just bringing in my sides a bit closer so they cut my crystal nicely. We'll see how this looks. That's much better. I think I can maneuver some of this with my fingers. So I'm just going to pull this out just a little bit. And then I should be able to push some back in using my fingers here. Kind of like molding the filigree to the top of the crystal shape. Nice. That's looking pretty good. We're going to do a wrapped loop. And after I do my wrapped loop is when I really start to crush this, not crush the crystal in, but really start to, because you can see that there's some space in here. So after my wrapped loop is when I come in and really start to form that filigree down on top. But I like to have a really good base prior to starting my wrapped loop. So I think I'm going to go a little bit on the larger side of this loop here. I'm going to wrap this around. my loop's not getting tight enough too, I'll come around and I'll twist it the other way. To make sure that I get it nice and tight. Gotta move my coil down just a little bit though. I'm gonna go around a few times so I know that it's nice and tight and secure. And then whatever I have left over on this tail end, I'm just gonna clip it off. This one was a little more messy than my other one, but that's okay. I hope my tool order comes in here soon because I'm out of relief blocks. And I need to use those. And squish that just a little bit. There we go. Looking good. Yeah, that's the wrap part. They all know how to do that. All right. Now from the top, I'm kind of pushing my sides in on all angles so it gets nice and tight to my crystal. And you'll notice some of your edges will fold over your other edges. It's okay. It actually looks very artistic with this wrap. Hold these sides while I fold this one down. Because it seems when I fold a side, another side wants to come back up. So I'm just really gonna try and hold all my sides as we're coming around and pushing that in nice and tight. And I'm staying on the metal. I'm not going into the holes because I don't necessarily want to scratch the crystal. So I might pinch some of these in too. That's what I did on my other one. So it gets a little bit tighter because they might start to split otherwise. So I'm just going in and folding in my sides. I'm using the holes for this so it's pinpointed, but I'm ensuring that I'm not slipping and crushing and scratching my crystal. I'm gonna fold that top in just a little bit. That's looking pretty good. I wish this one was folded up just a little bit more, but maybe I can get it. If I just barely get my plier under there. Wrapping is not easy, you guys, but hey, when you get the hang of it and you do it a couple times, it definitely gets easier. Sorry if that was out of focus. I wasn't really focusing on the top there. How pretty is using like just some extra filigree that you had cut off and turning it into a bead cap. I'll go back to that filigree pack that we used for it. And then I just took a finished necklace chain and strung that through so I didn't have to do my clasp bend and stuff. Very beautiful. And just the way that the sun catches it. Look at that. So pretty. All right. So we're done with that one. Does Uncle Doug want to do another trivia? He's got to shake his head so I know that he can hear me. Okay. You look like you're rocking out over there now. Let me get you unmuted here. There you go.
Okay, here I am. Back again.
Back again.
This will be a little more tame
All right. Let me
than
do
the
a
last one.
panel pack this time.
What do you got? Panel packets? These are pretty ones.
These are.
Well, they're all pretty, but these especially nice.
There we go.
Oops. I set that one upside down.
That's okay.
I mean, I used to struggle with it and then figured, oh, look, where the holes are on top, they're supposed to hang down there. Does that
So
make sense?
these panels don't have sticky backs, but I don't think these panels were the ones that we had issues with popping out with, so I think you should be pretty okay popping these out.
They should be fine.
Yeah.
They should be fine. That's part of the reason why they're getting them for free.
Right, exactly.
There's no backing on those. So are we ready for a question?
I think so.
So here's a teensy backstory in this question. It's something I'd never heard of in my life, okay? And I was reading the trivia question out loud to Nancy over here in the house, and Kieran immediately pops his head out with the answer.
Kieran's my little brother.
Are you kidding me? I said, I had not heard this in my life, and here are my nephews out there. Boom.
Yep.
Okay, so I think I just live sheltered, so perhaps it was just me. Here we go with a question. What is the name for the plastic or metal tube found on the ends of shoelaces? Apparently, it's a really easy answer.
Easy for Kieran.
Because I never heard it before in my life.
He's so
That's
goofy.
the question. We're just, yeah, sure, it's all gorgeous stuff. That's it. Oh man. Actually, Peggy got it over. I'm watching on two sides here, and Peggy got it over on YouTube.
Peggy did?
First. Yeah. So Peggy answered first over on YouTube. Then Kathy was a close second. So
good
congrats
job,
to both of you. But it's
there
winner,
we go. I found
winner.
a comment for YouTube.
Peggy.
Good job, Pegs.
And Kat over on YouTube also got in there pretty quick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Kat. Yeah, I had never heard that at all. Okay,
well,
I
at
guess
first when he said it, I thought he said agate, which I was like, I know what that is.
Yeah, well, an agate's a stone, right?
Right.
Okay, I should probably do a nice one for Peggy. Are we ready for doodle?
Yep.
Hold your breath, Peggy. There comes your doodle. It was a pre-doodle, but it's a doodle nonetheless.
Oh, it's an ornament. Yay. You're a star, Peggy.
That's your ornament. Hang it on your tree.
So cute.
So congratulations,
did you
Peggy.
see what Vintage said on YouTube?
No.
Ainsley says there is a song about it on Phineas and Ferb.
That's probably where Kieran got it. He said, I think I heard it on a cartoon.
Yeah, probably then.
How would you remember that, Ainsley?
Selective memory. Things that you don't necessarily need to know, and then you know.
Yeah, random trivia, and there's a song written about it.
Yeah.
They missed the boat. They had done some marketing for a product attached with it. Jeez. Someone can remember that. They should have been selling products.
All right. Well, I'll see you when you get back over here.
Bye.
What's that? Oh, okay. Bye. All right, you beauties. Back to business. Since we visited the coin chain already, we're going to get into these super cute earrings. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I thought the coin chain was used in a very clever manner for these earrings. Let's get a close-up on those for you.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous!
Gorgeous. They're just gorgeous.
Gorgeous! Perfect. All right. So, for the earrings here, I have 2 different ring styles. Each can be bought in gold or silver, or both, because they look really great together. I have pictures of them on my hands in their listings on vintageliveshop.com. They are perfect stacking rings, great singular rings, or perfect for earrings and or circular components that you would use for bracelets, necklaces, so on and so forth. So let's bring up the first ring pack here. I'm going to go back to my tab to make sure I do the right one. Our first ring pack, 6 pieces for $22. It is our arrow struck ring, which is the ring that I used in this design. Now, I was a little bit worried that the gold version would sell out, so that's why I put another ring, which I'll show you guys after this. But this arrow struck ring is very beautiful, very shiny and reflective, which I absolutely adore. Let me see if I can get the third one here. Here we go. And I just love the texture. And they're super cute on. So you can do like 3 or 2. Or maybe I'll do 2 like on this side. Like that. Or 1. Like that. So that's what they would look like stacked or on your fingers. You can do, I like doing mixed metals too. So I would do like a silver, gold and silver even. Let me put those on my fingers and that. Like that. Like to make it a really beautiful band. Lots of different ways that you can use these rings, but I decided to use them in the earrings here today. So cart 105, 6 pieces for $22. You can eat, these are brass based. You can either get sterling silver plated or gold plated rings. 6 pieces for $22 for this style that it was used in the earrings. Otherwise, I do have this other style that I'm going to show while we're talking about rings. Oh, gee. I'll put one as like a mixed metal, and then we'll do a 2, and then we'll do a 1. How about that? That way you guys can see what they look like. Our other ring pack is cart 106, also 6 pieces for $22. Look at how bright and glowy those are. These are also brass based. You can get it in a sterling silver plate or a gold plate. 6 pieces for $22, cart 106. But this is our etched ring, which gives it a very reflective, very bright look, which I love. And even if you were to, let's say, like stack the etched and the arrow struck, let's do another etched here on top of that arrow struck, like that, and band it that way. Oh, love it. So there are 2 different styles of rings today. You'll have the etched and the arrow struck. Arrow struck is the one that I used in these earrings. And then the etched was just super beautiful. It's the same size, pretty dang close to the same thickness, just looking at it. So I thought it would be a good substitute replacement in the case that one or the other ended up selling out. But super, super cute. I'm going to go back to cart 105 for our arrow struck ring. We will not revisit the etched rings. I didn't use those in any designs, but if you need that card or number again, just let me know. And we'll do silver, because I have a little bit more silver than I do gold. We'll do silver this time, and maybe we'll paint it. And do I have silver coin chain listed right now? Let me look here quick. I can't remember if I did both silver and gold. I did! So you could make a silver version of these earrings, gold or silver. Oh, dang it, I wish I had my silver coin chain over here. I didn't even think about that. So you can do either silver or gold. You're also going to need the PV292 blank, which I have somewhere. Grab this out here. All right. Oh, interesting, Monica. It just kept auto-correcting it. So our PV292 blank, I'm going to pop that Carter up next. 20 pieces for $20. Cart 107. Super cute. We're going to need to do our metal cutting shears, but before I do that, I'm going to hammer the crap out of this because I find it easier to hammer one piece versus two pieces, even though it's the same thing. It's just easier when the piece is a little bit larger. It gives you a little bit more surface area to hold on to while you are hammering. So we'll put that on our bench block. We're going to hammer away. So, in the case that you don't want to hear a lot of hammering, mute now, or forever hold your peace. All right. Hammer, hammer, hammer time. And I like to make sure that I get all around the edges too. I just like the organic look of the thing, of when things are hammered. That's looking pretty good. Beautiful. So then to check your hammer spots, I'd also use the reflection technique, angle technique to your advantage, because then you can see if there's any spots that you want to hammer down anymore. I think I see one. There we go. That's better. Yep, I got the spot I needed to. Looks great. So we're going to cut this in half with your shears, your vintage shears. This is probably my favorite tool color ever, is this like reddy brown. Though the verdigris tealy color that Jean picked out is also amazing. But I just give me my brown. I'm eyeballing this. You can measure it if you want it to be perfect. So I might have been a little under half, but it's okay. Looks good. And then you need to come in with your file. There we go. File those edges if they're sharp. Glide your finger. good. Do that to the other one. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to see how far off I really am from this being cut on center, because I might just take a sliver off of this. Jeez. It'll let me put it on it. Okay, so just a sliver. I'm going to take a sliver off of this bottom one. No way, Monica. That's crazy. No thanks. Now remember, these like little shorter pieces actually become very, very sharp, so just be careful. That's definitely way closer in size. That is seriously scary, Monica. But I'm glad that nothing broke, and I'm glad you didn't get hurt. That's crazy. I'm gonna file that down really nice. Almost there. Beautiful. I think I need just a little bit more on that one. If you're questioning if it's filed enough, just file it a little bit more. That's good. Alright, now that we have two shapes that are pretty dang close in size, I'm going to come through and add your hole punches. I did 6 hole punches. This bottom hole punch is a little off center, but that's okay because we're doing more. So I'm going to get them pretty close together. Probably not as far apart as what I did on my other ones, even though I love them. I want to make sure that my two ends become more close than my two centers. Bring it down just a little bit there. Oh, Ainsley's over there. Nice. They're talking about Ains over on YouTube. The hammer that I used, Anita, was the 4-ounce hammer on vintage.com. Vintage can probably drop that link on YouTube for you. Oh, fun. This is the hammer that I use. It says, be safe, wear safety goggles. The face of this tool can be made to chip if struck against another striking tool or hardened surface. So it does come with warnings on it, I will say.
I pasted a question from Peggy on YouTube. It was about Ainsley's design.
Oh.
From Friday, so.
I didn't even see it.
That's what I'm letting you know, in case you can tell Ainsley.
What was Ainsley's question?
No, Peggy's question is on there. It's in the comments.
Peggy, Ainsley's paint technique from Friday, would it work on silver plating? I don't know what Ainsley's technique was, so I can't answer that. But we do have the coin chain plated in both gold and silver. So if you you don't necessarily have to change it. You can just get one or the other plating. But I'm sure that Ainsley and Jean can probably answer your question. There you go. Yes, the technique would work on silver plating. Thanks for that, Vintage. So I'm going to line my 2 half circles up, and I'm just going to repunch through the holes that I punched on my other one. This keeps it pretty good when you're trying to ensure that both your sides line up or match. This one I need to punch a little better because this one was not pre-punched. That was my original hole. Make sure you hold it tight, readjust if your metal moves in between punches, so you don't go over any edges. There I do that throat clearing thing that runs in our dang family. Alright, 2 more punches left. Oop, I keep moving this on accident. One more punch left. Yes, and I have seen Anita before. I have seen her name before, so I'm glad that she's back. There's a few names that I've seen that were a little bit newer, and then they've been back a few times. Alright. So now our 2 sides are identical for the most part. Looks like I'd space that one out a little more, but we're looking pretty good. It's okay because I like that organic look. It comes somewhere in the center up here. You could measure it if you want to, but I usually just eyeball things. I'll look at it from up here. I need to go over just a little bit, I think. That's pretty good. Yeah, exactly, Peggy. Alright, and then I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to punch through my existing hole up here at the top. Now we have our 2 holes. Then I have the tiny jump rings from the tiny jump ring sampler pack that I use to connect the rings to the ear wire and the half circle blank that we cut. And pull that open. I'm going to do this with gold because I don't have my silver coin chain over here, but I am going to do it with the other ring. String that through the top hole of my blank, and we'll close that up. Beautiful. And then the ear wire, I use the ER026s. Those are my favorite. So I took these 2 jump rings and I kept them together. I'm going to close this top one though. I'm going to flip it all over. I'm going to attach this ring and the jump ring to my other ring. And then this top jump ring is what's going to slide on to my ear wire here. I think I put it on backwards. I did. Here we go. Just cinch that in. So that's with the other ring. And then you would just dangle your coin chain from there, which I don't need to show you guys how to do that. You're just cutting some chain and threading some jump rings through it. But that's your base. And then it turns into these magical treasure earrings. You can add a little bit of paint to those. If you're doing silver, you can paint your blank silver to match your silver ring and your silver chain. Yeah, those are really pretty. I'll do the look at the end where we show what everything looks like on, but I really love those. 1, 2, 2 trivia left. All right, I'm gonna do another pair of earrings and then we'll do another trivia. It's smooth, Aunt Nancy. It's a smooth ball top. I wonder if it'll focus there. Maybe not. Anyway, there we go. It is smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Alright. I would pop up this flower pack, but it has sold out. So I'm not popping up the flower pack, but I'll show you guys what you missed out on. If you didn't shop and get them already. So let me take this blank pack down, but these are the flowers that sold out. If I can make any more packs after we ship out these orders, I will put it back in stock, but usually if I do have enough to make another pack, what ends up happening is that I actually don't have enough for a full pack, so then I'll adjust the quantity and the price, and then get that relisted for the last little few that we have left. But these are so cool because they have this really amazing texture that just grips the paint. It's so cute. So I just did something very simple. I won't demo it. But I added the verdigris blue color. Very, 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 I mean like the lightest coat of verdigris blue. Very, very light. Pulled a little green tone, so I might have not wiped off my brush completely. But I added that. And then if these are folded up a little too much to add a chaton, just fold down the leaf petals a little bit. Glue your chaton down. You can see the chaton through the back there. I glued my chaton down, and after it dried, while I was holding my crystal down, I pulled the petals back up so they would edge the chaton, but still keep the nice, really pretty floral look. Super easy, huh? So I thought that we would have gotten that one out of the way. I did add a hole punch there at the top, painted with the verdigris blue antique glaze, added a chaton, and then threw it onto an ERV 50, which very stunning. Super simple, but very, very pretty. But those ended up selling out. So we will move on to another trivia, and then we will do, I won't demo the next pair of earrings either, but there's only one more pack of the crosses left. So while we're doing trivia, if you want to grab the last pack of this cross, I'd do it now before we get into the demo. Otherwise, you probably won't be able to get it. But there's only one pack left. So go grab that while we're doing trivia. And then I'm going to bring Uncle Doug on here. We'll do the cross earrings, and then we'll finish off with our mermaid bracelet, which I believe the stars for that one also sold out. So let me go over to Uncle Doug here. Welcome back.
Hello, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me on the show today. A wonderful show.
I love it.
Great demos. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me move some of this out of here, though. This will be our charm sampler pack.
Man, someone needs to clean that gray mattresses on. Maybe I'll have to do that later.
Kieran's really good about doing it.
I should.
Not
It's
like
my deal.
not like he has time for it or anything, but
I know.
he
We keep
doesn't
running.
usually complain when I ask him to do it. So
What is he? He's busier than a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest. Isn't that how it goes?
I have no idea. There you go. Solid brass charm pack with. I use these in my Northern Light inspired earrings. You have the cute little moon blanks, the nouveau leaf, the little busy bees, some dragonflies, a heart, a deco ornament, and an Eiffel Tower. Some flowers. Cool.
Very nice. Well, this is to test some of our literary friends out there. And the question is, Sancho Panza is a fictional character from what book? Make and shaking and breaking it a little bit today. You can't win. You can't win, Peggy. Peggy's like, I should have waited. Well, why? Maybe Peggy doesn't like this giveaway, or she likes this giveaway better than what she got?
I don't know.
She says, I should have waited to answer on this trivia. So apparently she already knows it.
Oh, well. I think she's going to have a blast with those panels.
Yeah. Goose is over there saying Harry Potter.
You know what's funny about that is that Ian and I only allow him to do it in the month of December, but he always wants to rewatch the Harry Potter series from like start to finish. So we've been watching a Harry Potter movie every night.
Monica over here to impress. Don Quixote de la Mancha. Yes, Don Quixote.
Good job, Monica.
Okay, looks like I got a little squiggling to do here. See what I can come up with from my stash. Winner. Didn't get the name. Oh, sorry, Sherry. Sancho Panza was the name of the character.
Don't forget to love react to the live for a chance to win a big loot. Must have an open order with vintageliveshop.com to claim. Get your love reactions in, everybody. This is Uncle Doug's.
What do you think, Monica? Let me do this one for Monica. It's kind of suiting here.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready for the Monica's doodle?
So Kathy is wondering if you are able to repeat the question twice. You can put it up now.
Yeah, we'll do that. Do that next time. So here's
that one's so funny.
That's Corian.
I snowboard. That's Kieran.
That's Corian over at sundown getting ready to ACL.
Kieran skis. I snowboard.
Okay, well, that's Kieran. In his red long johns. You see I put him in long johns?
Looks pretty accurate to me.
Yep.
Except you need to have his arms down a little bit lower because he likes to hang his arm. I call him an ape when he's out on the hill because he looks like a
he drops
going down the hill.
His poles are like really low.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you when you get over here.
Okay. Sorry, but I'll read the next one twice. Sorry, everyone. Except for the one. Sorry.
Bye-bye. Uncle Doug will do that twice. You can ski, Monica? You'll have to come out here and we'll have to... Oh, no, I'm just going to have to come to Alaska and we'll have to ski and snowboard in Alaska. I think that Monica learned how to ski when she was 6.
Wow.
I know.
That's impressive.
All right. Tawny said that your voice kind of comes in and out on the video.
I'm going to say twice.
Yeah. Okay. Cool beans.
It's definitely not on her end, right? But if I do say it twice, at least everybody will get a partial chance to hear.
Yes. Okay, there's only one of these cross packs left. So nobody went over there to get it. So I'm going to pop it up. There's one more for grabs. Cart 108. 6 pieces for $18. It is a solid brass, but it is etched in a way that makes it very, very, very shiny. Pull a couple out here. Here we go. Look at how reflective and shiny these beauties are. Wow. So we'll do like the front view and then we'll show the back view side by side. So they can be reversed. Very, very pretty. What? Monica, you're crazy. Your family's crazy. Crazy cool, but still crazy. Her sister used to be an alpine jumper.
What?
And she said her brother and sister both raced when we were growing up.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
All of Wendy's kids raced, and did Kieran race too?
Kieran did race.
And Dallin.
Caden raced.
Dallin, I think Xavier maybe.
Dallin's
racing.
I think Dallin
was
races.
racing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Xavier
Caden went from racing and then thought it was too boring, so then he just kind of took over the park and does like double backflips and front flips and twists and turns, and that kid is crazy when it comes to the park. But Caden used to ski race. Dallin, I don't know if he still does, but he used to ski race. He was good. Logan actually coaches ski racing. Cassie skis now, which is cool. There's a lot of skier and snowboarders in our family. A lot. I think there's definitely more skiers. I'm one of the outliers. My little sister snowboards too. So the 2 boys of our family ski, and then the 2 girls snowboard, which I feel like it should be opposite, but whatever. Snowboarding's cooler anyway. Alright, there we go. Our shiny cross pack. I'm not going to demo this one because it's very self-explanatory. I just added paint. I added the black paint because I wanted it to give it like that gothy look. I really like the goth look. And then I took the relief block to it to bring that shiny, like those shiny edges back out. I glued a chaton and then took a bristle brush and just barely glided resin over the top. Didn't touch the crystal at all because the resin will dull the crystal. So just go around the crystal, and it helps secure the crystal even more than just the Loctite because there is resin surrounding it, holding it on. And then I put it on an ERV 50, and then I strung some bicones onto the ERV 50. Now, these ones will not come back down. Look at how hard I'm shaking this. They're not going to come back off your ear wire. So I'm going to show you. I'm not going to demo like the cross pack because they're very limited, but I will show you how I did the ERV 50 this way. But just know that your crystals will not come off with this technique. Let's see if I have an extra ERV 50 in my stash. Maybe not. Good thing I know right where they are. It's usually good that I know where everything's at because then I don't have to go about doing things in a different manner. And actually, I don't have my bicones over here either. Give me 1 second, you cuties. Ooh. Alright. So these are super tiny bicones. I don't have, oh, I do have my calculator. So I will be able to tell you the bicone size that I use. For these earrings specifically, I don't want inch. Millimeter, please. Thank you. Make sure I get it in there flat. Here you go. So my bicone is 3.82 millimeters from top to bottom, and then side to side. This one's a little bit harder to measure. It's about 4.29. So nice and small. It's literally the only reason why I get out and do any activity in the winter, because I hate the cold. Snowboarding is the one thing that gets me out and about and outside in the winter time. All right. So your ear wire is typically going to come close like this. Right? So you're going to unlatch your ear wire. This will stinking focus. There we go. Then you see this little notch here. You're going to straighten that back out, but put your plier right on the kink spot. Straighten it out. And then you're going to pull just very slowly, okay? I mean, look at how slow I'm doing this. Pull your ear wire out. And we're going to slide our bicones on, because they will not go on unless you do this. Trust me, I tried. And I had a couple break because I didn't do it this way the first time. But then I did it this way, and then it worked out good. Some of the bicone centers are a little bit different, so I might have to pull that a little more straight to get that one on. There we go. And I need one more after I get this one up and around the top. So now I'm at 2. Gotta go one more, because I like my things in 3s. I think Lisa's also said that before. So now we have our 3 charms there, or our 3 bicones there. In those same spots that I used to bring it out, I'm going to bring my arch back in, like that. I can still see my kink line where my kink was. Jeez, I wish this would just focus better. So I'm going to go right at that point, kink it back, and I'm going to pull it in to get my ear wire. And then that way, these don't come back up and off. And then you're secured and your ear wire's back to normal. I'd probably kink this one a little bit more. Here we go. And it looks brand spanking new again. Oh, you're so funny, Monica. It's not hard for me to believe that, because that's something my dad said a while back. Because he's like, when I was in high school, snowboarding was just becoming a thing, and my dad snowboards. So it was really cool that he got to kind of get to know the whole starting process of snowboards being a thing. And my dad did some crazy things on a snowboard. But it's cool to be able to share that sport with my dad, because both my parents snowboard, my mom and my dad. So For a while there, we would go out as a family and snowboard together and ski. You know, my brothers would ski, my sister and I would snowboard with the parents. It was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Otherwise, you can just leave this solid brass too and hang that down there. So solid brass or paint it, either way. I think it looks phenomenal. Let me go back to, I think I have my ERV 50 pack on here. I do. So the ERV 50, cart 109, 24 pieces for $18 are long arched ear wire. Those do not come with the bicones, so don't think that they do. I didn't grab more than just one ER50 when I went to the bin. So ER V50s, 24 pieces for $18. Oh, ice skating sounds fun, Kathy. I've never been ice skating before. I feel like that'd be a little bit difficult for me because I wasn't I first started skiing. I skied for maybe like 2 days after I got my pass and then broke my hand and said I'm never doing that again. And I switched to a snowboard immediately and haven't looked back. Let's see if we're out of stock of this cross yet. There's still only one left. Only one left. I'm not worried about it, though. I'm pretty sure that one of my weekend ladies will get it. Silly gooses. There's only 2 of the washer packs left. Only 5 of the filigree pack left. Only 5 of the butterfly pack left. Make sure you grab those before they are gone, because once they're not on live shop anymore, they're going back to full price on the retail site. Otherwise, if they're not on the retail site, then they're probably not coming back. Or wholesale site, so on and so forth. Alright. We are going to do one more trivia. Are you ready for trivia, Uncle Doug? Okay. Welcome back.
Well, hello. It's good to be back.
And then we'll have our last bracelet to do after this trivia.
What are we giving away? What's behind door number 2?
Carded pack.
Carded pack. Oh, I see some mustaches in there.
I do. Lisa
I don't know if those
calls these whale
those
tails
might be
too.
off trend.
She calls them both whale tails and mustaches.
Whale mustaches. Maybe you can use your creativity with some cutters. That's if you don't like mustaches.
Yeah, potentially. I might have to do some work with those. You have some
you maybe
triangle
cut
jump
them in half
rings,
and do some things.
some smooth jump rings, the owl trio. Super cute. Right, Peggy? The bunny. And then our 2 sunflower charms. Super cute. Don't forget to say the trivia question 2 times.
I will say it 2 times. I might even go 3 times.
Okay.
But you know what happens by the time I read it 3rd time, I'm sure the answer will be flowing in.
Maybe like do it 3 times
here?
in a row.
Okay. What year did the comedy sketch TV show Saturday Night Live debut? What year did the comedy sketch TV show Saturday Night Live debut? What year did the comedy sketch TV show Saturday Night Live debut? Hopefully that was clear.
You do sound a little spotty on my end. But it was good that you said it 3 times.
Yeah, I never claimed to be anything but spotty. Some people say sketchy. Well, we have a winner. Laura Wingard.
Thanks, Cook with Ambi from YouTube.
The answer was 1975. That's back when it was funny.
Who won that one?
Back
Was
when
it?
it was a funny show. Not a funny show much anymore. But back then it was quite hilarious. Dan Belushi, Gilda Redman Aykroyd,
Who won that one, Uncle Doug? So I can try to find their comment.
Lorraine Newman, Laura Ingard,
Okay. Because the YouTube
Marietta,
is
yep,
skipping me
Marietta,
around.
Rosie. A lot of
Good
winners.
job, Laura.
Way to go, way to go.
Remember, to claim a trivia, you must have an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com. Good job, Laura. Ooh. This bracelet is probably going to steal the show.
Okay, I got a doodle.
All right, we're ready for you.
Mary Doodle. Oops.
Christmas bell!
It's kind of flopping over here. Let's try that again.
Go up a little bit higher.
There
you
we
go, right
go.
there. That's adorable. Hey, I see Ian's
Merry
last
Christmas,
name.
Laura. Good job on the trivia.
Ian's last name is Christ, but it's spelt Christ. So every
Nice.
time I see Christmas, I'm like, oh, that's Ian's last name.
That's awesome. What a great reminder every time he says the last name.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get Christ off your mind then.
Yep.
All right, I'll be right over with this.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Who's excited for this bracelet? Tell me right now. Who's excited for this bracelet? Because I'm so excited for this stinking bracelet. But let me tell you what. You guys are lucky as heck that I made this bracelet because...
Speaking of lucky as heck,
What?
your name,
What?
Corey Chris.
Yeah, it would be...
You'll sound like a Christmas character.
It would be Corian Oriah Christ.
That's awesome, Corey Chris.
Yeah.
It's like Kris Kringle, Corey Chris.
I was like...
You'd be like perfect in a Christmas show.
I was like, maybe Ian just needs to take my last name.
No.
Ian Duplessis.
Yeah, Corey Chris. That's
Corian Christ.
Corey Chris. Kris
See?
Kringle and Corey Chris.
See?
Join forces.
CC.
Greatest Christmas movie
Oh my
ever.
gosh, that could be my new nickname, CC.
CC. Oh, CC.
CC. No, we're not doing CC. There was a girl in my class, her name was Sienna, and we called her CC. And I hate it when people double, up on nicknames. It drives me nuts.
I just walked by that.
Just keep it if you want it. I made that.
Well, I can't wear it. You know what I mean? This would be better.
No, because you
be
could
better for
you
one
could
of the
put
girls.
on like a keychain or something. You don't have to wear it.
Oh, I would destroy it on a keychain.
Would you?
Oh yeah, because I'm really rough on those.
You could put it in your office.
Oh, it just made me smile. Made my heart warm to see that.
This is my Grandma Gretchen.
That's my mama.
That's Uncle Doug's mama, and Aunt Jean's mama, and my dad's mama. She's absolutely beautiful. And this was from a LaserJet, printer. And then we cut it out, put it onto a blank, put resin over it. This one always gets Uncle Doug in his feels. I love it. Thanks, Stephanie. No trivia for Kathy this week, but I did a large order, so I should get a goodie. Absolutely, Kathy. You'll get a good goodie. A good goodie. That's cute. All right. For starters, let's start with the chain, actually. So this is the CH20 chain. And I do have both the natural brass and solid brass available, not only in packs, but also on spools. So our CH20 chain, I would be a nice gift added to my order. We will definitely, yes. I think Connie, if she spent over $100, is probably going to get the butterfly. Rosie could possibly get the bracelet. And then Kathy, if you want like the big bauble that's pre-done, I'd actually give you the nicer one that's on my, like the finished necklace version. Because I know that this one's probably a little bit harder. But let me know. Let me know. I try to remember what gifts you guys like and so on and so forth. So just keep commenting, ladies. Let me get to know you. Because all of your comments help me get to know you when you say, like, oh, this is my favorite color. These are my favorite things to work with. Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Like, I want that or this or that. It helps me get to know you and your style and what I should add as gifts. So our CH20 chain, I'm going to bring out a strand of the solid brass. They're still on spools, so. This is the solid brass version, cart 110. You can choose natural brass or solid brass, a 20-foot spool or an 8-foot pack. Hint, I would love the mermaid bracelet. That's better too. But it's not as difficult as you would think that it would be to make. Otherwise, if I have, what do you guys think about this? I have a great idea. So sometimes I have pieces. I'm trying to unravel this natural brass spool over here with just one hand while I'm showing the solid brass. I actually thought about this the other day, so thanks for bringing it back up so I can remember. All right, there's the natural brass. So natural brass and solid brass version. There it goes. So sometimes I have, onesies, twosies left of packs of things that I've done and demoed. So instead of adjusting like a bulk pack, what do you guys think about me creating like a full-on kit? So let's say that my bulk packs for the stars sold out, right? But let's say maybe I have like 8 left. That's enough for 4 of these kits. And everything would come with the kit needed for it. So, like, if you didn't get the opportunity to buy the sold out, bulk pack, potentially be able to buy a sampler pack. Let me know what you guys think about that. All right, so choose your chains. And then, well, it's kind of cool. The sun's coming over here now. It's a little bright. I might have to shut those blinds, but I like it. Look at the rainbow. I'm so silly. Okay. I will just come down a little bit more, and I might have to close that. Actually, I'm going to close the blind. Because I know you guys miss, Taya and Mackie's kits, which totally understandable. That comes with, I think they, at the end, were doing theirs, like, just add findings. But if I'm able to, I would love to be able to do kits, too. And it's kind of hard sometimes to prep with such limited time. It's hard to prep both bulk packs and kit packs for the live. But I could reserve kits a little bit later in the week when I find out, how much stock I actually have left and be able to offer it as a, complete kit. Okay, cool. It sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people are saying they like that idea. Amazing. We'll try to do that too. So that way we can, still encompass the whole kit idea that Taya, Mackie, and Wendy were doing. Jean and Ainsley also have been coming up with some amazing kits, you guys. Amazing. I will show you. So, it's funny you say that, Kathy. I was thinking the same thing. So, look at mine. Oh, I can't reach. Hold on. I gotta slide back out. So this is actually, so all of the rest Okay, Sherry, Connie, Rosie, Kathy, Monica, Candy, everybody likes that idea. Amazing. All right, I will try my hardest to be able to do that for you guys. Don't you worry. So, this green girl piece is GGS 011. It is copper verdigris plated. Let me get this Carter up. 4 pieces for $24. I think this retails for like $14 a piece. So essentially you're getting 2 for very cheap. Like $28 would be for 2 pieces and you're getting 4 pieces for $24. No brainer. Cart 111. Anyway, so this is what it's gonna come like. The copper verdigris, super vibrant. Look at the pearl that she's holding up. A little mermaid holding her pearl. The back. The sea, once it casts its spell, holds 1 in its net of wonder forever. GGS, Green Girl. I don't know who that's by, but that's really beautiful. The fact that this whole message was engraved into the back. Oh, okay, Rosie. Well, I'm glad that they're back to normal. Because I know how hard sometimes it can be to find like the exact findings, but it's actually really hard to like kit up a whole bunch of things because you're adding a whole bunch of different pieces in there and you're like, oh, I have to add like 10 of this and 5 of this and 6 of this and 12 of this one, and kits are really labor intensive for us to pack over here, so I definitely understand. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Lynn. Let me see if I can pop up your comment here. I don't see it yet on my screen though, but once that comes in, I'll pop that up. Thank you. So this is the difference, the color difference between mine painted versus the normal one. So Kathy said that she wasn't a big fan of the copper verdigris. I wasn't either. But this is the last plating that we have in this casting. There's no more bronze. There's no more gold antique. There's no more any other plating except for this plating. This is the last plating we have left in this item. So I was like, how do we change it just enough, but still, because the copper tones are nice because it matches the copper coated stars here. So I wanted to keep the copper tones. The verdigris, very pretty. It helps offset. So I'm like, how do I do that? How do I do that? So first, obviously, we need to take off our jump ring. So let's take off our jump ring. Yes, it's definitely a Green Girl Studio. But I was asking about not the GGS, but the who it was by. But Lynn had said it in the comments there. And it's still not popping up on my stinking iPad. I wish it would. So strange. Alright, so first matter of business, done, right? Now, we have a hole on either side, so we have one hole, and we need to punch an additional hole on the bottom. So I'm going to line it up right next to my GGS because I don't want to take away the fact that it's a Green Girl item, so I want to keep their tag on here. That's just, that's just me, I suppose. So I'm going to go right on the side. So now we have hole on one side and hole on the other side. I hate that this keeps going out of focus. There we go. So hole on one side, hole on the other side. And then you can see here, that the GGS is still visible, and that our hole has ended up on the side of it. So that's our first matter of business. Pretty good, huh? Next, you need your silicone mat or whatever painting mat you choose. And then you need to grab your iridescent gold, which we used earlier. Hint, hint, that's the only color I used. Crazy, right? Only iridescent gold to make it look pearly and just like muted but blended still. So shake up your iridescent gold. I want to make sure that I have a bristle brush prepped and pre-dried so I can just go right from there. Some of my bristle brushes are kind of gross though. I might have to get more of those a little bit later. We'll use this one. This one looks good. It's got like a little bit of resin on it, but whatever. Yeah, it's okay. At least it's hardened. Just make sure I get this dry. All right, put some over here. Decent amount, because I'm probably gonna have to do another coat. But I'm gonna act as if it's a dry brush. Get it into my crevices. Beautiful. I might pull a little bit of these bubbles off just by dapping with a paper towel here. And then I'll do another light coat. So I don't want to fill my caverns. I just want to have this nice glaze over top that helps make those colors a little more, the plated colors a little more subtle. I'm going to add a little bit of heat to this. I'm going to add just a little, just tiny bit more of my iridescent gold. And then I'll add the heat one more time, and then we should be at our color. Pump a little bit of this top. Tiny bits. There we go. Pull that off. I was saying before those that you guys are lucky that I made this, because I was getting very frustrated because I did some steps backwards, but I didn't realize that I was, because I didn't know exactly what I was going for. So we are going to do it the right way today. Alright, I need my RVs, my RV 040s, my rivets, my solid brass rivets. Grab 3 of those. Oop, ah! Definitely dropped a couple, but that's okay. They'll end up in our sweepings bin. Okay. Alright, so this is your front side. If you want to screenshot, I would suggest screenshotting now. And I'm going to flip it over to the back in 3, 2, 1. This is the back side. Screenshot. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Back to the front. So, I wanted to have these attached to each other. Kind of in this manner, but if you want to see where your rivets are supposed to line up, you're supposed to put a hole over a hole. So flip your green girl piece upside down. This is like the easiest way that I think that you could do it. So hole, but make sure you have your 3 facing out and your 3 facing in. So we're over one hole. This is very important because you're going to be using these holes as well. Then you're going to put your other hole of your star over the other one. Like that. But I need these to meet. So I need to twist it a little bit so they're even. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to take a Sharpie. Just going to put a dot like right there. Just a small one. I'm going to pull it and probably do one right there. 2 little dots to mark your areas. So I have a little mark there and a little mark there. Might be hard to see because I did use black Sharpie. But you're going to punch those 2 holes. Try and keep it in the center. So now my 2 holes overlap. We're going to rivet that right now. So we're going to rivet our 2 flowers first. I'm probably going to put them upside down onto the rivet. So our nice side is out. There we go. Alright, so now our rivet is on. This star pack has sold out, so I won't show the Carter for that one. Then I need to rivet these 2 together in the center there. So this one I can actually take off just a little bit of this rivet here. I didn't need as much, but just taking off just a little bit. And then we're going to hammer this down. Oh yeah, much easier to do it this way, let me tell you what. I'll tell you how I did it the first time around, and you're gonna be like, how did you even? I'll be like, I don't even know, girlfriend. I don't even know. Alright, let's see if we're lining up pretty good. Might be off just a little bit. Nope, we're good. You can see both my holes. That's amazing. All right. Your next rivets are going to go through the top portions of the hole there. So you're going to take the same rivets that you had used. I recommend kind of whacking out these first. So you'll notice that that center is slightly dapped up right there. So I'm actually going to hammer those down because that's going to cause an issue if we don't. So hammering them down, probably use the middle hammer here, so they're flat and not dapped. There we go. I'll probably hammer my rivet back down a little bit just to make sure that we're secure. Alright. And go up with a rivet, up with a rivet, slide it in, slide your other one in, and then slide your... I just hate how this isn't focusing. There you go. Then slide your green girl item. I might have to adjust my holes a little bit on this. On my green girl piece just to make them a little bit larger. They're having a hard time. Let me extend those quick with my bead awl. Computer's pretty soft, so it's fairly easy to do that. I'm just going to do it up here. This will help me slide through my rivet a little bit easier. Oh, oh no, both of them fell out. Where the heck is that one? There it is. Okay. I'm gonna have to probably do this the other way. Because I am getting a little bit of a resistance. So I'm gonna flip my green girl piece upside down first on my rivets. Oh, gosh. Because my mermaid is a little textured. We're going to do this side first. We're not going to do them both at the same time. We'll just do one at a time. That seems it'll be the easiest way about going about it. Make sure I line up with my other hole though. Yep, looks good. So just enough room to pound this puppy down. Otherwise, you can probably use the bigger, longer copper rivets. Oh, that one is not gonna stay. Hold on. Let me chop this one off quick. Ooh! Good thing Uncle Doug wasn't in here. He would have not liked that sound. Alright, I need to hammer this down a little bit, because that seems to also be pushing us up. Saying this just barely works, so to make sure that you don't have any space that's not needed, probably I can hammer pewter a little bit, so I'm going to hammer a little bit of the height out of my mermaid. It's still going to keep the texture, the detail, but this will just make it easier for you guys. because I know how difficult riveting can be and how frustrating it can be. Get another rivet out here because my other one decided it wanted to fail, and then my other one fell. Alright. Keep shaking this camera, I'm sorry. Alright. Hold on here. Green girl first. Then I'm gonna think about that for a second. It's like, what am I doing wrong? Well, maybe it would have been easier just to do it the other way. I'm trying to figure out what way would be the easiest way for you guys to do this with the limited amount of height we have on our rivets. Now, the way that I did it is not easy, so that's why I'm trying not to do it that way, but if that's the way that works the best, then that just might be it. Alright, looks like we got enough top clearance for this side here. You just have to angle your green girl piece down a little bit on the one side so it's like flat. Otherwise, you can use a washer too. Washers will work. Alright. One side attached. Now I need to do our other side. I'm not sure that glue would be in your best interest with this one because we do end up having to bend the stars a little bit later to our bracelet shape, and I feel that if you were to glue the stars that maybe it wouldn't work like that. I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm feeding my rivet in through the back here. And then adjusting my mermaid. Push my rivet into the hole. Alright, I need to pull this off here. Hold on. Oh, of course I pull it off and my dang rivet slips out. So I can see my hole here. I almost got it, you guys. Okay. I'm gonna use, I have it held like this, but I'm gonna use my chain nose to kind of pull my green girl item down a little bit. So you can see that I have my rivet sticking out now. So I just need to pull that down and kind of bend it to shape. So I have enough room to get that rivet through. Sliding that over. Just enough room to rivet. Holding the green girl piece at an angle, you can tell that this side's up a little more. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Now we're riveted on. Looks pretty good to me. Maybe just like a tiny bit more. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Take your smaller barrel pliers. I can't remember what these ones are called, Jean. They're not our big barrel pliers, they're our smaller barrel pliers. My face got stuck in a weird thing. Alright, so while holding the back side of your star and the top side of your green girl piece, you're going to bend the stars, because these are steel based, so they're just a little bit harder to bend. But give them a nice bracelet curve while holding in the positions that I told you to hold, because you don't want to pull your rivet out. Because you're using a lot of these. You're using a lot of force when you're bending. So I don't want that force to pull out your rivet, especially if you took a lot of time to do it. That's better. So this is where we're at now. I can come in and come down more on this side and more on the other side. So I'm going to pull that down quite a bit more. That's almost there. I think just a bit more, and then we'll be at the point. Remember to do all your star corners, because when you do just the 3, it's not getting the one above it or the one on the other side. Here we go. Nice bracelet. Then I come in with 2 chatons on either side. You can also do the glasses technique, so if you want like your bracelet to kind of sit like that, just depending on what petals you want it laying on. But I added 2 small chatons with Loctite on top of the rivets there to give it that really pretty finished look. I thought it kind of matched the pearl look that she had in her hand. Adding those 2 little chatons there. And then I hole punched these 2 petals and then these 2 petals to do a direct link to my chain. Because the CH20 chain is not soldered, so you are able to open and close those links. And I thought that was an amazing live demo day, everybody. Good job for sticking around. Alright, the cross pack sold out. Flower pack sold out. Butterfly, 5 left. Other flower packs sold out. Only 5 of the filigree left. Only 2 of the washer packs left. Lots of good stuff, you ladies. Alright. Let's do our look, and then we'll do our big loot giveaway. How crazy. Let's take down that there. I'm going to put this up while I'm prepping for the look here quick. So unplug my phone. Get this flipped around, and then we'll do big view of me. Ha! Hello, everybody. Alright, let's get into our look. Because I have to go to the bathroom. Today was long live. And I'm not wearing a very fitting shirt. Ian, he's such a bum. I told him, will you bring in your mom's clothes that she gave to me? Because there's some really cool things in there that I think you guys will like to see me wear for live demo days, but he didn't bring them inside. So that's what I was going to wear today, but nope. Just a crew neck for today. Look at that. Wow. Those facets are incredible. I'm a big fan of the big crystal ball. And it just looks good as even just as like layering. This being your long layer, and then you can do a short layer, kind of like that, but then add one more, like add another layer right here. Would be super cute. Wowzers, right, Candy? Wowzers. Here's our butterfly necklace. This thing's incredible with this chain. Oh, kind of just like this. This was a good size for it. Other way, this way, that way. Wowzers is right. We'll like pull this down a little bit so you guys can see what it looks like on skin. Hold on, which ones am I grabbing? There we go. Even as a choker? Whoa. That's insane. And the chain makes it look so expensive. Thanks, Carmen. Thanks, Rosie. I appreciate you guys more than you know. More than you know. I really like that. That's so, so, so cute. Thanks, Stephanie. You guys are seriously the sweetest, most supportive girls and boys, women and men I have ever met. Alright. We won't put these in, but we'll hold them up. Ooh, look at how cute those are. Those are super stinking cute. Aww. I love those. So pretty. I'm really excited for these ones, my goth cross earrings. Ooh, gotta flip it this way. Whoa! That's what I'm telling you guys, these crosses just catch the light. Look at all the black paint I have on there. And it's just catching it and just reflecting it. How crazy! Oh my goodness. I didn't even realize, you guys. Could you imagine that cross as a choker, too? Absolutely stunning. Shut the front door. Need to do a leather choker with that cross. I might have to save one for myself. And do it like, I would do it just like this one, but have like the cross there instead. Though I love my leather moon. Maybe I'll put like a clasp on the cross and a clasp on the moon and then just interchange it. Just clip one on, clip one off, you know? Because I'm lazy when it comes to putting on stinking jewelry. Tell you what. Oh, I'm very excited for these babies. Very excited. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Connie. Hold on here. These, I can put these ones in because I know this gauge isn't just absolutely crazy. Hold on. Let me put it in this side. This side's usually easier about me being able to get an ear wire through the hole. There we go. So I'll do a view from back here. Oh, yep. Very pretty. Ooh, hair flip. And then, oop, we'll go this way. There we go. Those are crazy. I'm taking these ones home. Sorry. Not sorry. Oh, just look at how the coin chain, and the coin chain's so easy, you guys, because you don't, all the little coins are on there already. You don't have to sit there trying to attach a whole bunch of things to the chain when they're already attached. And very reflective. Those look very expensive. Let me see if I can put the other side in quick. If I can't, that means I probably shouldn't bring them home. The chain earrings are insane, aren't they, Sherry? Right, Kathy? Thanks, Stephanie. When we did Bella Vintage, a lot of the charms we would do were clasped, and all ladies had to do was pick out a charm and clasp it onto a necklace base. They loved it. Don't you just love the coin chain, Stephanie? Okay, maybe I can't get this one in. So maybe these ones won't be coming home with me. No, they're definitely coming home. I'll make it work. But I'm not going to spend all afternoon trying to get them in right now. There we go. Ooh, gorgeous, beautiful. I love them. And they're light. They don't feel very heavy at all. Probably helps that the ring is open work and the chain is very light and we're using half a blank. Love them. Alright, last but not least, I believe, is our bracelets. Let me get some of this stuff off. Then we'll get ready for our big loot giveaway here. So we're almost there. Almost. Man, that butterfly necklace is insane. Absolutely insane. Oh no, I took off the wrong one. You guys, this is the first time I've taken off this since I've put the moon on it. Like, actually, I've not taken this off ever. There we go. Alright, now we'll do our coin chain one. Right? You're so funny, Stephanie. Let me see if I can pop up your comment here. I got the coin chain pack, and then I got the spool. That's what I'm saying, though. The packs are super amazing because if you don't want to just spend $50 without, like, seeing the chain in your hands first, the chain packs are wonderful for that. I'm just looking for my bracelet helper here. But they're perfect for just sampling a little bit, adding it onto a couple designs to see how you like it, and then if you love it, then just order the spool. But I'm glad that you love it as much as I do because it's so beautiful. Dang it, I don't know where my bracelet helper went. I might not be able to get this bracelet on. I like my bracelets really tight, so I'll just hold it. I literally just had it too. It's probably right in front of my face and I don't even realize it yet. Look how insane that bracelet looks. Hi, Lisa. We're just finishing up. Oh, you should. Patty, you want to make the moon necklace for your granddaughter? Just let me know if you've ordered. If you ordered for the live today, you guys, or Patty, I will include, if you spent over $100, I'll include a couple moon crystals for you if you need them to make a necklace for your granddaughter. And then I'll send you 2 so that you guys can have matching ones. How cute would that be? There we go. That's why you guys need to chat with me, talk to me, comment, etc., because then I get to know what you need, etc., etc. The bracelet's just insane. Alright, I know I'm going to try and like just hold this together just so I can give you another view of what it looks like down here. Look at that. This is without it clasped, but maybe let me come over here by the light. Ooh, that's a little harsh. There we go. Wait, a little more. Look at that in the sun. Absolutely freaking crazy. So pretty. Just the way that Oh, Lisa, you may have missed it, my dear. I'll just quickly say, which I know you'll probably rewatch if you want to do the bracelet, but we went from this copper verdigris plating to this tone only using iridescent gold, which I know you absolutely love iridescent gold just as much as I do. So that is the only color we applied to this copper verdigris plating for it to turn out like just so pretty. But you'll hear about that come when you rewatch the live. Rosie pre-ordered last night, so she got a bunch of stuff. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I appreciate you ladies so much. Let's get ready for giveaway time. For our big loot giveaway. I'm going to pop this up again. You guys know the drill. Love react to the live demo for a chance to win a big loot giveaway. Must have an open order with Vintage. Liveshop.com to claim. Beautiful. This is our giveaway. And you guys know that I like to give you... I think everybody loves the mermaid, you sillies. I can't give it to everybody, unfortunately. There you go. So this is our big loot giveaway. Love react to the live for a chance to win. Once I go like this on my screen, I'm gonna refresh my page, get all you into the wheel, and we'll spin from there. And then Uncle Doug, I'm going to bring him on now that I don't have to show the thing. Or maybe not. He's running over here.
Names in the comments coming over from YouTube.
I was just about to bring you on, and then I saw you running. Alright, you're unmuted.
I'm back.
Alright, I'm refreshing my page. Or here, you tell me the YouTube names first.
Okay, I got them. I put it down in a comment. You want to just copy them out of there?
Oh yeah, let me go back in here and see if I can find it.
It's
Kat,
the last
Peggy,
comment.
and Anita. So we get your names in here, but not as one line. 3 separate lines. Which, Peggy, if you're loved on Facebook, I will not do that. It's so strange. You ladies who are watching love the lives. It's the only way that you have the chance to win the Big Loot giveaway, and it helps us tremendously. This is like the 4th week in a row where it's been under 30. And we used to have like 40 plus. Alright. Guess that betters your guys' chances of winning something, but...
Yeah, maybe they're stopping loving it because they know that they're out of the running.
Well, I told them they shouldn't do that. They should just love it anyway.
Because I still have to do my little search game
so
here.
I'm taking out Peggy's duplicate because Peggy does have a duplicate. Alright. Shuffle. And gallery will full screen.
Oh, pretty. Nice job watching the butterfly.
Oh, yes. Alright.
Look at those names. It's funny, the shorter the name, bam, look at Lisa's.
I know. And Anita and Peggy.
Anita, yeah. Cat. Round and round, where it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Let's see if Laura has won before.
So, you guys know that if somebody has won within the last like 6 months, they can't win a big loot again. So we're trying to give everybody the opportunity to win the big loot. And in the case that Laura has won a big loot already, we will spin the wheel again. What do you think, Uncle Doug?
I think Laura's good to go.
Has Laura not won it before?
No, so she's like a double winner today.
Laura is a double winner today. She did a trivia and a big loot.
And she's on a roll because last week she won a trivia as well.
As long as you have an open order with us, Laura, we will ship that to you as well as your trivia. Well, now you have to order if you haven't, because now you have a trivia and a big loot one. Good job, girlfriend. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
I got a doodle already.
Let's see it.
I got a doodly doodle.
Oh, it's a little present. Love it.
Present to you, Laura.
So good, Laura.
Wrapped with a bow.
Super, super, super happy for you. She goes, she's already ordered, so there we go, you ladies and gentlemen. Laura will be claiming her big loot giveaway and her trivia. She was extra lucky today. Love it. All right, but that is...
Corey.
What?
Corey, do we have a plan for this coming week we could share with everybody?
No. Jean would know more
We don't
about
plan
it than
yet?
I do.
Because Christmas Eve is on Wednesday, Christmas Eve day. Could do it that day if everybody's available.
No.
Otherwise, we're doing it Monday or something like that. We just have to figure that out.
Jean and Ainsley are going live on Friday. And then me, Doug, Jean, and Ainsley are all going live together on Monday for the quote-unquote warehouse live / party.
We're doing a warehouse live party.
Yeah. So we'll have
that should be a good one.
We'll have a bunch of different things for you guys to purchase, like kits and bulk packs, things by the ounce like natural brass and settings that you could do like painted cabs with. There's going to be quite a few different things that we'll be offering to you guys on Monday. I think the demo part of it's going to be a little on the lower side of it just because we have 2 days to prep, tomorrow and Friday. Jean and Ains go live on Friday. I have to start shipping your orders because if we're caught in a live on Monday, I can't pack on Monday. And then Tuesday and then Wednesday and Thursday we're not here, so we need to ship your guys' orders tomorrow and Friday to the best of our ability. Then we'll go live on Monday.
And I'm not in tomorrow.
And then the holiday. Huh?
I'm not in tomorrow.
You are in tomorrow or not in tomorrow?
I'm not.
That's fine. You can start shipping on Friday.
But then
Karen and I will have the orders
stack up the order and they'll be here
Thursday.
Friday for me to ship out.
Yes. Sounds good. Special designer packs as well.
Wait, I didn't put
we
in
still
winner,
gotta figure out what
Laura.
we can do, but we'll give you guys a good offering. Don't worry. I don't want to tell like too much in the case I can't get something done, but just for a little sampler of what's going to be happening on Monday. I don't want to overcommit to you guys and then under deliver. So we're just, you know what I mean? All right. Thanks, Stephanie. You're so sweet. Laura says she's excited for her big loot giveaway. I think we're looking good to wrap it up because I have to go to the bathroom. I'm done waiting.
Wait, I got one more thing.
No.
I'm just kidding.
All right,
You're
you
supposed to
lovelies.
say my molars are floating.
we are gonna
I
work
got it
super
so bad.
hard on getting your orders out through the end of the week, and then we will lock in. Uncle Doug and I will lock in with you on Monday along with Ainsley and Jean, but you will see Ainsley and Jean on Friday for sure. All right, but love you guys.